Hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you guys a first-person replay commentary. I am in a room full of Dota players right now, so you guys are going to hear some background noise, but just accept it. Most of them have headsets on, so they can't hear me, hopefully. Alright, this is a Chen game that I played yesterday. Sorry for the late upload, by the way, if any of you guys are still awake in the US. I'm sure most of the European people are asleep, but unfortunately when I woke up this morning, they were still casting, and then we went out to go see a movie, and I just got back, so finally recording. Sorry it's late, but I'll probably get another video up tomorrow anyways, so I don't know what yet. I've been playing a lot of games recently, but haven't had a whole bunch of really good stuff, so we'll see how that turns out. Anyways, one disadvantage to doing a Chen video for replay commentary is that it doesn't show control groups as well, so it doesn't show it doesn't like change the icons as I switch to a creep instead of my hero. So you'll have to just you'll just have to understand what I did, I guess. But I'll explain those things as they happen. So I ended up randoming, so I got Chen. I actually like Chen a lot. I think he's a very good hero, and I think I'm okay-ish at him. My micro needs a lot of work, obviously, but I think my decision-making is okay-ish. For the average pub player, most players don't actually play Chen very much, so it often will lead them into a bad area. I don't know why Chen is not an option yet. Apparently I took forever to choose my hero or something. Come on, Chen. There we go. Alright, so I randomed, which means I get to buy all the support items. So I buy a courier, I buy a sentry ward to make sure that they don't block the camps, and usually you can get at least one smoke for ganking, and then probably 2 clarity potions to make sure that you have mana. But honestly, you can go to lane with Chen with absolutely no items at all. It's not that big of a deal, so this is actually a little overspending, but essentially I grabbed 2 ironwood branches because I anticipate making a mech at some point, so it's not horrible to buy these. At least 1 tango in case I take harass or something like that, and then a sentry ward to guarantee that I can jungle. You can easily get by with literally 0 items in the jungle. The downside is that you'll either have to pick up arcane boots in lane, or you'll have to go back to base at some point to get mana. So by picking up 2 clarity potions, it pretty much ensures that I do have enough mana to continue to jungle and sometimes gank. So priority number 1 this game, Chen in a covering a dual lane in the jungle essentially makes a pretty strong tri lane in the sense that you should be able to beat offensive dual lanes and things like that. It's not too hard to beat them. So the main reason that it's honestly really good is because any neutral creep is approximately as good as other level 1 heroes. You have about the same movement speed, and they all have a nuke basically. So I'm just going to hang out in this spot until 30 seconds, and then I'm going to start jungling from the main large camp. Looks like we have a mid invoker, and our safe tri lane is it's a Phantom Lancer with a silencer actually, which is kind of a weird dual lane. It's not a very good dual lane actually, but we should be able to get some ganks off at least. It looks like we have an offlane Timber Saw again, so 30 seconds of creeps will spawn, and now I'm gonna take control of the big one and then hopefully kill some. So things that you won't be able to see, it won't show me ever selecting anybody other than Chen. So it's just like a feature of the replay thing, unfortunately. So player perspective won't show me controlling my creeps. But just to explain what I do for micro, I even had some people ask me tweets about this in the last day or two. I forgot to spawn skeletons, by the way. I should have spawned skeletons, so slight mistake there. And usually it's kind of good to stack the small camp before you kill it, if you can kill it before 30 seconds. But the Dark Troll doesn't kill as fast as things like the maybe the Ursa or something like that. So things to point out, whenever I'm microing, I always hotkey my other units to 2, always. So that means as soon as I select them, I select just them and I press Control 2. If you guys don't know any other fancy hotkey things that I picked up from RTS, if I want to add something to that control group, I can select the Dark Troll and I can select the Skeleton or whatever else that I want to control, and you hold Shift and press 2 again. So it'll add onto the control group whatever you have already selected. So if I want to just, if I summon another creep, for example, then I can pick that up pretty easily. I snagged the Satyr instead because the Dark Troll isn't very good for harassing in the early lane, and I'm trying to help out our tri lane right now. I wanted to make sure that I hit at least level 2, and I'm going to send the Satyr over here to nuke. If I actually would have shifted earlier, okay, I guess they still got the kill anyways, but would have been maybe nice if I shifted over earlier. This is actually a really annoying dual lane, so what my plan was to basically to try to harass them a bit more. I don't want them to get a free easy lane essentially, so that does 125 magic damage. You can do up to 6 because it has 600 mana pool, and it should help contest that lane a bit and make sure that the PL gets some farm. Now this is going to cost me in terms of myself getting solo EXP and things like that, But, I mean, I do 93 damage to 2 heroes. That's really useful. And it only costs me time, essentially, because I can't really jungle as a result. So it does hurt me, but I think it's useful to try to contest any Undying dual lane. Like, they're the most annoying lanes, especially with a Visage in as well. Just a really, really strong dual lane that's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. So I pick up the creep because I didn't think anyone was going to get that and might get denied. So in the meantime, I'll bring the Satyr back because they are kind of playing scared. And I'll go back to jungling, so... The Satyr's actually really good, I think, in the early game, just because nuke damage is pretty rare. At least that a lot of people don't have a lot of nuke damage, so picking it up on one creep is pretty useful. So I'll go back to jungling now. If that lane wasn't contested, usually what I would end up doing is stacking a camp or two. I'd be looking for a Wildkin, because the Wildkin can tornado AoE large groups of creeps, and then I would go for a smoke gank or just a gank on a side lane, or the mid lane, you never really know. But getting ganks off is really important. So I could snag the Wildkin over here for some extra survivability, or tornadoing is what I meant to say. Just gonna nuke this here, and I misclicked. I was so mad about this. I accidentally took control of the small creep instead of the big creep, and that's not the only time I did that this game, so be prepared for that. Should have scrolled my camera up a little bit more. I was clicking on the big creep, but according to the client it was not. It's like the tree thing. If you don't have your camera straight above, then it's kind of hard to see. It looks like they actually blocked the camp. You can see the ward over there, actually, over on the right side. But it doesn't actually block the camp because it needs to be on the magic bush. They actually placed it the wrong spot. There's no point to place it on that ward if you're not going to magic bush it, I think. Unless you're trying to like ninja pretend like you haven't done magic bush. So Silencer got Undying. Looks like Phantom Lancer is not going to be able to get the other one. I did see that that camp wasn't blocked, or was blocked, excuse me. So I was like, why isn't that camp not there? The camp should be there. Which means that I should de-ward it, I believe. I decided to be annoying again because they're still contesting the lane, so I figured this is more important than me getting farm, basically. I might as well contest them, and it's going to cost me some survivability, but at least I'm going to be able to get my PL more farm. But I'm kind of microing the tornado. I don't always hotkey this, but sometimes what I used to do is I would like accidentally click 2 and then cancel. I would cause the Wildkin to move, which would cause me to lose survivability. I think I was actually, yeah, I'm towards the mid lane right now. I'm just like basically microing a tornado and doing nothing else, but I probably instead should have considered coming in for a gank here. Like, if I was actually in position around the corner, I could have shown up and just dropped the Test of Faith and maybe killed somebody. Test of Faith being a pretty decent nuke, 100 to 200 pure damage, somewhere in there. And that is pure damage, so it's higher than the average. So, pretty good pickup with the Sunstrike. And I should be able to bring the Wildkin back in jungle a bit more. So we got another kill on the dual offlane. It's so important that you shut those down because dual offlanes can do so much, especially with an Undying as well as a Visage. So I saw for sure that the camp was blocked, so I figured the ward was right on top of it, so I was right. I put one over there. I didn't end up finding the pull spot. I don't think any pulling actually happened this game because of the fact that the lane was constantly contested, but I'm going to sacrifice the Wildkin on the medium creep, and as soon as the medium creep is dead, I'll take the large Wildkin. Most likely. Just to save some HP, basically. I assume I take the Satyr at least. Yep. With only one level of Holy Persuasion, you can actually only control one creep. You can't control multiples. This is a pretty common skill build, though. They actually end up coming to gank for me, so slight mistake for me, but... I do have the Satyr with me, though. I should be able to get a couple nukes off before I die. This is the part where... Okay, good. I did hit both of them. So now I'm going to start buying some items because I expect to die. I really should have tested Faith before I die, but I didn't. I'm going to start killing some zombies as well for gold. Just got 15 gold, guys. It's like 20 gold. Could go with the DD, is actually pretty good. He's going to kill my Satyr for 100 gold, so I definitely try not to sacrifice or lose your dudes if possible. Because everyone that dies is the same. It's a neutral creep that's dying for your opponents. I don't quite know if this guy's gonna die. Oh yeah. Wow, that Test of Faith did a lot of damage. So I'm a bit behind in EXP compared to where you'd normally be with a Chen. It's one of the downsides of the Chen is it's harder to contest a dual offlane like that. If I was playing Enchantress, for example, you can just run through the jungle and take a creep and go send it on its way to do something. But for Chen, you need at least one creep to help you jungle to tank or do nukes. So it's pretty important, unfortunately, in normal circumstances. You can kill small camps really fast with the Ursa Clappers. I actually really like the Ursa Clappers myself.
What happened?
And while you're bored doing stuff, and by that I mean auto attack, you can just watch your other lanes. It's pretty fun. So level 4 now, this gives more HP to my Holy Persuasion, to my creeps. Once you hit 5, you can control 2 creeps, and at level 7, when you have the 4th level of Holy Persuasion, you can control 3, and that's when Chen gets really fun. And that you can micro a lot of stuff at the same time. So I decided to grab a Centaur because I wanted to probably gank with it, and the Clapper creeps, I don't remember if that was on a mana or not, but I think it was pretty low. And that'll just pop a Clarity Potion to make sure my mana's full, and I'll continue to jungle. Probably go for a gank pretty soon here. I don't want to lose all of my Centaur's HP before I gank, so I decided to shift over. Just spotted a Visage. Really don't know why I put a sentry down there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But we knew for sure that we wanted to try to get a kill, so I'm gonna try to run my Centaur around. I want to get it behind the Undying.
Condemned to death.
And now I'm gonna kill zombies. Zombie gold's best gold, guys.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Again, I don't
attack.
want my Centaur to die, so I'm just gonna run it away most likely. And then go pick up some new creeps. I'm actually almost level 5, so I could keep this alive, maybe. If I kill any creep, I'll hit level 5. I can send the Centaur home. I'll keep a Centaur.
Missing bottom.
Or I could just sacrifice it. Oops. Alright, looks like I just gave up on life. That's fine. Probably should have waited to kill at least one creep, I think. I don't know if I was looking at my experience there or not, but that and this is now on cooldown for a while, so if I would have saved, I guess I would have had to send it all the way back.
Radiant's middle tower is
Go see if I can help out. But I'm level 5, and mud golems, of course, so I'm gonna get screwed there. And the other ones are ogres. I guess I could go into the other large camp. Basically, the 2 large camps are the best ones. The medium camp sometimes has creeps that you need, but not always.
Missing bottom.
I unfortunately stopped moving for a second there, so I look pretty dead. Don't remember if I didn't even nuke before I died again. So, a second death for me. I probably should have gotten wards up number 1, but most importantly, I should just stop moving. That's what happens sometimes near microing. Blocking with my creeps also would have been really nice, but I should have just kept vision on the other lanes, just anticipating this. So unfortunately for me, I'm not level 6 yet. If I had, or level 7, if I had more creeps, I could probably contest that a lot better.
Missing bottom.
It is good that PL's getting the kills at least, so I'm doing some damage. It's the first Chen game that I played in a long time, by the way, so this is definitely a little rusty here. I'm sure I could play this here a lot better if I practiced.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And some pre-soul EXP in the mid lane, so I'm gonna go sit mid for a bit. Troll Warlord having a good time top. And I can go back in the jungle and get a second creep finally, so I was pretty excited about this moment. Been waiting so long to grab a new creep. I'll just use that to jungle for now, and then I can do this as well. Basically just kind of want to do this within EXP of each other, so they could finish each respective camp, and then I should be able to go gank with these. And now that I'm 6, I need to watch my allies a bit more. Looks like PL's in trouble on the bot lane.
As it should be.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay, makes sense. So what I tried to do there is I tried to block them in by putting one creep hold position on the right side and 1 creep hold position on the left side. And I did it like a shift command, so I told the satyr to go in position and hold position so that he was blocked inside and it would die 100%. But the problem was he got a little higher. Like, the place that I clicked was slightly below where the visage got to before he escaped, basically. So the creep was a little late, so when he tried to get into position and the visage blocked him, it registered as, I can't walk here, so I need to go the only path, which is around, which is why he backed out. So small mistake for me. I could have walked in myself, actually, and just walked in and blocked it. So slight miss micro there, and that ended up losing me a kill. So a little unfortunate. I'm about to hit level 7. I believe this is my mech that I'm going to be picking up here. And if I hit level 7, I can control 3 creeps, but unfortunately that guy didn't do it for me, so I decided to go somewhere else to kill a creep. And then I was going to kill a creep and come back at the centaur, but then I realized mid's being pushed, I need to go defend mid. I was definitely very active this game, a lot more than I kind of wanted to be, but should be able to get these in, and maybe... I was able to deny the tower, though. I was really late in my mech there. So, late mech. I did deny the tower. I got some disables off, and now I'm farming zombies, which is wonderful. Always farm zombies, guys. I probably should have... I don't know if I had the satyr nuke or not, but... It's very overwhelming playing Chen. It looks really bad, like this, I promise, but... Getting your heroes to do, or your creeps to do all this stuff is really tough. Some pure damage. Cool, so we got all the bats. Really good for us. Healing the creeps, I'm level 7, so I can pick up another one now. Let's see what I snag. I don't remember. Oh, it's gonna be another clapper. So again, I hotkey all the new creeps to the 2 hotkey, and then I can cycle between the 2 if I really want to.
Double damage.
Victor, carry TV. So next time you'll get a double kill. Let's carry one though.
And now that I have 3, I can definitely push with my allies. I wish I had arcane boots. Having arcane boots is really nice, just because it guarantees you that you don't have any mana problems on Chen. You should have enough to be able to cast. The expensive one is really, honestly, the send back, the test of faith. 200 mana for this is really costly. Even casting the offensive one is quite a bit as well, but I actually really like these creeps early on. Their disable is horrible in comparison to something like troll nets or centaur stunners, but the double clappers as well as the satyr are great for just nuking creep waves, and you can farm a lot faster with them, basically. Sounds a little messed up, but for some reason.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Those poor little creeps, guys. Alright, so I got level 8. I have almost got arcane boots. I have a mech picked up as well. I've got 3 creeps. I don't really need to be any more leveled than this. Farming past this point is too much. Unless there's nothing to do, in which case go farm, obviously. I'll go pick up another creep wave here. And I should have arcanes. Cool. I probably should use my arcanes on my creeps. I believe my creeps are actually pretty low in mana at this point. But I used it just on the PL for some reason. That was a mistake. I think they're all pretty low, actually. Again, you can't see it because of the player perspective, unfortunately. So for now, we'll go back and jungle more. The Ursa or the Hellbear Smashers have 300 mana. They can cast Clap 3 times, and again the Satyr has 600 mana and they cost 100 apiece, so you can cast 6 times. So both of them are actually very good for nuking creep waves. And I know that they're pushing in, so I'm going to spread these out a little bit so that I have some vision on my opponents. I want to go hide over here because me being around places isn't really that important, but I decided to hold position in this so that they can't get through. I'll block them from coming through, and then they ended up tombstoning anyways. So.
Dire's top
I right click my creeps on the tombstone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So we killed a bunch of them. I lost one creep in the matter, but worked out okay. There's the other time that I grabbed a crappy creep. Fight, little wolf. Don't stop. Poor little wolf. He's destined to die. God, is he really level 15? Holy crap. Oh, he's gotten 5 kills and 6 assists. So that's good. I mean, I've died a couple times, but I have assisted a lot in getting kills, and it's more important than anything else. And I have a centaur, so I finally have a hard disable. And I got smokes and TP. Smokes are really good on Chen because you have so many creeps that are kind of hard to get places. They're really slow, actually. This is the point where I realized the Satyr was slower than everything else, so I generally try to keep it to the back of the wave or so. Fortunately, the bats spotted us out. So instead, we're going to do a really obvious, hey, we're pushing thing. And apparently our PL is dead. Just trying to keep all the creeps around so we could snipe this bird. This bat. I didn't do it. Wait. Alright, good. Somebody got it. Our push actually looks really scary here. We do have a lot of regular creeps, but even the double forge spirits on top of this gives us a lot of options. And we're going to put a sentry down so that we can spot out any enemies that are going to initiate. I don't think they have that many invis heroes or anything, but there's a migraine on some of the creeps here. So, everything went kind of okay there. We did, looks like we did kill Undyne actually, so we did get at least one kill. I suppose something I haven't really done that I should probably talk about is exactly what all of Chen's skills do, and especially the neutral creeps. I guess that's a lot of the important information that you need to know when you play this hero, but basically, Test of Faith is just a single target nuke. This I can send back allies that are in a lot of trouble, and what I've been doing a lot is being the focus of things, and I should be not the first person dying in a team fight. I should be like way in the back rather than getting jumped on like I did before. I burned all my heals basically to try to stay alive, and it wasn't enough. The creeps that I have, the Hellbear Smasher is a 150 magic damage AoE clap that does 25 movement and attack speed slow. So it's pretty good. You can do it 3 times. He's, in the late game at least, he's by far one of the weakest ones though. The Satyr does 125 nuke at range. It's a little like orange blast. And the Centaur does a 25 damage AoE 2 second stun. So landing stuns with Centaurs are really big. The Troll creeps are also very good. The big Dark Trolls, they have a ranged net that can go through magic immunity. Those are really good for disabling, even late game carries and ganking. The downside of the Troll is that he doesn't have very much damage. He does piercing damage instead of chaos, which is like a Warcraft 3 thing. So basically he does less damage to a hero than regular creeps do, or the regular chaos creeps do at least. So Visage dropped that down, so I decided to drop a sentry to see if he was going to come forward, and he didn't end up coming high ground, so we go away. None of those creeps are really useful for Chen to grab. This one has an AoE mana aura and a heal, as you guys can see. That's not really worth grabbing as a Chen, unless somebody's in a lot of trouble, but it's not worth it as Chen, because he needs his creeps to be one of the big guys, basically. And we got more Hellbear Smashers. It's been like all Hellbear Smashers this game. I've played some games where you have like multiple Dark Trolls, and those games are really fun actually. Just because you can summon a lot of skeletons, and you can chain net somebody, and chain netting one carry is really useful, especially if it's like a lifesteal or something, because it goes through magic immunity. So Dark Trolls are really good, plus you can summon skeletons and push. Did I say that already? I don't remember. But we're going to go push mid. We feel pretty strong. We got the Undyne at the start, which is really good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Putting my creeps on the tower, and I'm just trying to make sure that I'll be able to save my allies here. And I want to pull aggro off the main Hellbear, so I'll just go back. Oh yeah, one other cool thing, the Centaur has a 15% attack speed aura. Another cool thing about him. The other aura creep that is good is the Alpha Wolf. He does 30% damage aura, and also the Hellbird, or the Satyr here, the guy that does the range nuke. He does a 3 HP regen per second aura, or I think it's 4 now actually. Yeah, it's 4 HP. It's really good. I waited for the boat to land so I could heal here. Landed a stun with my Centaur. Looks like we did actually lose the Hellbear. That's alright.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm gonna send back the Invoker before I die.
Dire's bottom tower.
I did end up sending him back though. And the rest of my creeps all died. I wasn't microing them. Fortunately, our PL dove a little too hard and he stayed too far. Or stayed too long. But at least I saved the Invoker, right guys? Here's Invoker running back to the mid lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's me looking at the Invoker again. And now I'm respawning, so I'm gonna go get more creeps, because they all died. It's actually really unfortunate when all of your creeps die. It's not a good thing at all. Hey look guys, it's Invoker again. And we were like, hey, what's Invoker doing? Then we paused. Because we realized the Invoker was probably AFK. We realized the Invoker was here, and for some reason he made Ice Wall. And then he died. So basically what happened was, the Invoker thought that he died in the team fight, when in reality I saved him. I teleported him back to base right before he died. So he thought that he died, and then he must have right-clicked up there while he was running away, which prompted the right-click as soon as he got sent back, basically. So what happened was, I saved him, and then he right-clicked all the way back in their base, and then he alt-tabbed. And he told us this, he alt-tabbed. So he came back while he was by their base, and he ends up dying again. Which is why people are laughing now. So I just typed LOL or something like that. So, really unfortunate. I've saved him, and then he ends up dying anyways. It's a pretty big team wipe from us, actually. We did take the mid tower, but then we kind of realized that we hadn't even taken any of the tier 1's top. So, priority number 1, after Chen dies and all of your creeps dies, you have to go back in the jungle and you have to grab as many big creeps as possible, because you need to have more utility. The hero by himself is not very good, but once you grab all these extra creeps, it gives you a lot of pushing power and tank and pretty okay right click against a few things. But most importantly is the disables. It's nice to have stuns and things. And even if I don't always micro perfectly, just landing a crucial stun on like an important hero like Troll, like I stunned Troll in the last fight or stunned him twice or something, it's really nice. And the AoE heal is also very, very good. So I will send them towards the top lane. I'm going to shift on over, I think. Oh, that's right. I went to go push out the bot lane because I thought they said they wanted to push bot, and then they all kind of shifted top. So one thing you can do again to get your creeps somewhere really fast is smoke them all. So I maybe should have done that in this case. As you guys can see, my teammates are all going towards top, but I think I saw all the creeps and I was like, oh man, I want all this free gold. And boy did I get it. Range creeps are the best. So I purchased a point booster on the courier. Everybody is now pushing top. And my creeps can continue pushing bot. So I think the skill build is definitely the right one though. You go Holy Persuasion, it's your 4th skill. Then you go 2 Tests of Faith, and then you max out Holy Persuasion. Then you finish Test of Faith, and then you get Penitence if the game isn't over and you haven't won yet. If you don't know what Penitence does, it does a slow and damage boost on opponents, so it's kind of like Soul Catcher, but a single target. It's an okay skill, but it's definitely not worth maxing out over Test of Faith, just because Test of Faith makes ganking a lot easier. It really does. Throwing on extra nuke damage can sometimes be enough. Whereas Penitence is such a weak nuke, at best you could have like a 16% slow with 2 skill points, and it's just really not worth it at all. Unless you're comboing to somebody who has very, very reliable damage, it's much better to do a Test of Faith. People used to do a Penitence build so you could lead up into other disables, but nobody really uses it anymore. It's always Test of Faith. I'm looking for opportunities to go in here. That was a good ulti from Silencer. We were able to pick off the Kunko without too much. My creeps are still not here. So now I'm kind of just like right-clicking on the tombstone. And there we go, we'll be good now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So, we basically won that team fight, not at all because of me, I did literally nothing. Silencer had a great ulti, and then they focused on the Kunkka, who is probably the biggest game changer hero on their team right now. And PL got a bunch of lances off. PL does what PL does best. So we can go push more now.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And again, we can go high ground. I actually did kind of want to push this, but the PL's going back mid. I think the idea here was we got 2 easy towers, that's fine, but what we should really do is go push in the mid lane, because we already took the tower there. So PL TP'd back mid, he's going to push the lane out, and everybody's going to show up. I'm queuing up an Aghanim Scepter next. I kind of want to play Chen with Aghanims. You'll see a bunch of all chat. I don't know what's going on here, but I talked to them a little bit. I have no idea who the heck he was talking about. But anyways, grabbing an Aghanim Scepter is really useful. It puts your ulti cooldown from between 120 to 140 seconds down to 30 seconds. So you can ulti every 30 seconds. It's a global heal that heals all of your allied heroes as well as all the creeps. All of your creeps will be full healed. Fully. Like, not even 300 HP. Like, no matter how much they're missing. So it's really good for keeping your creeps alive if you're Roshanian or something like that. Or doing whatever. Sometimes it is actually important to blow it on the creeps because you could be pushing, for example, so it's not bad to do it for that. PL's still in their jungle a bit, and it looks like they might engage him, so we can do some split pushing in the meantime, or we'll just push while he distracts them. Again, I'm not extremely happy with my creeps, but they're okay. I do have a stun creep, and this is why I'm going to put the Centaur on the other side, because that way, if they do end up engaging this, then I'll have a stunner in position.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
He is in a bad spot. I was considering ulting for that, but once he got to about half HP, he just melted. Unfortunately, he didn't change lanes like we wanted him to. We shifted towards the middle lane because the towers weren't there, so that's why we decided to change. I don't know if he was actually talking about Venomancer. I think he was actually talking about somebody who Hydra is. If you don't know what that means, in Dota 1, the Venomancer model was actually a Hydralisk. It was a Warcraft 3 Hydralisk model. I believe there's a Marine model and a Hydralisk model, and the only one that actually looked anything like Dota was actually the Hydralisk. So it was a Venomancer. Venomancer was a Hydralisk in Dota 1. Fun fact. That's what he was talking about. So I said, okay, whatever, guys. Let's just like Roshan or something, because I have 3 creeps and they're pretty strong and they can tank. And then it'll be all good, but then we noticed the birds were there, so they knew that we were Roshanian, so we said, alright, whatever, just go fight. So now we're going to try to kill people. So, for now, I guess they decided to go back in. The whale. Go little creeps. I think I was microing creeps here. Doesn't look like I was doing anything, but I swear to God I was doing stuff, guys. Like, it's so hard to like look at everybody's HP while trying to control other things individually. Micro is not an easy thing. Fortunately, the Conker here came back in vis. And now my Centaur starts to chase.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
One little Centaur.
Radiant's top tower is under
Centaur! It did nothing. Did absolutely nothing. Literally wasted my time microing just now. Anyways, he can go run back to base. Or I think I left him to CS. I think since I was not spawned anyways. I don't know if I did a very good job disabling in that fight. I think I got flustered at that one too, but I did right click the troll while those BKB was up, so that was okay. And of course I popped mech and heal. Maybe I should have popped mech first next time and then go heal afterwards. Reason for that being that the mech is really just used to get their HP up, but if I use the ulti later, it'll full heal the creeps rather than just like burst heal them, for example. I think in the future I'll just make sure that I do the other way around. I don't know who he's talking about. Maybe it's one of his friends or something. But maybe there was a case where somebody said, let's team matchmake, and then they grabbed a bunch of random people from wherever, and then we did a team matchmaking game or something. But I don't know who he was talking about.
Mars, take it.
Maybe I have played with him, but I don't remember.
Slotted.
So back in the jungle, pretty much same creeps that I'm getting. Actually, I'll have 2 centaurs now, which is great. You can do chain stunning, so you can stun for up to 4 seconds. And of course I bought some smoke, and needless to say I'm never going to use it. That's how I roll. I think I might have used it nowish, I can't remember. Damn, I did use a smoke. Just when I said it wasn't going to happen. Are we ninja-ing Roshan? What is going on? As one dead hero. And I got the stun off of the centaur, so we're able to pick off the troll. He popped BKB a little bit late, and I was able to stun him, so unfortunate for him. So dead troll, dead visage means that we should be able to take Roshan, because they're dead for 30 seconds. We could actually also push off of this. Maybe it's not worth it